as a society, we've lost our ability to kind of explain. My parents had no way of explaining to me what life is. Why are we here? What is this all about? What's the journey of the human? And really, it's the journey of the soul if you get deep enough. And I think we don't have enough ways for children to understand.
I know on a personal note that you recently actually just lost your father. I hope you're doing okay. Feel free to share about that and maybe even share about your father's impact on your life. But yeah, when you say we're fatherless as a culture, that struck me as something novel that I don't hear too much. I would love to hear you maybe speak to that a little bit more.
Yeah. And, it's in part, I'm aware of this, my own projection, having just lost my own father. But what I realized in this was this common bond that I felt with others who had also lost their fathers. There's a certain club you get to join that you never wanted to be a part of. Right. And, it cements for me so much of the work that I do around legacy, and it's deep. And when I think about legacy, I think about the world my children are growing up in, and I think about the world that my parents grew up in. And I realize that as a culture, we're so disconnected from our creator and from what it means to be a human being and the purpose of life and why we're here, because we've taken the story and turned it into religion, and then religion into bureaucracy, and then bureaucracy into control and fear, and taking us further and further from the story of what it means to be here. And I think, that disconnect between the story is, in my mind, it's like an orphaned planet. It's like Western society is so disconnected from our God, our creator. Not to get, I'm not super religious. I'm fairly spiritual and I'm on my own journey. But, I just believe that as a society, we've lost our ability to kind of explain. My parents had no way of explaining to me what life is. Why are we here? What is this all about? What's the journey of the human? And really, it's the journey of the soul if you get deep enough. It makes me realize that my number one goal in life is being a father. My second most important role is being a husband. You could argue maybe that's even more important. But being a great son is important too. That's what I, realized in the final 8 months of my father's life as he battled pancreatic cancer was, not only did he show me how to live, which I resisted a lot and was challenging as a teenager. And, we butted heads a lot, but he also paved a way for me in life and business that I'm so grateful for. And also the way he showed up to his death was truly inspiring, with grit and grace. And, it's all wrapped in legacy. And that's why we wrote, the book that we wrote. Obviously, it's about bringing leadership into the home. It's about the miracle morning, because miracle morning is the best example of personal leadership, and I'm a big believer. You've got to lead yourself first, and then you earn the right, once you lead yourself, to lead your family and have a family. And once you can do that, you can go out and lead in the world. And a lot of people have no leadership skills in their house. They're totally lost and confused. And then they're trying to go out and lead in the world. And I think there's a bit of an imposter syndrome there that we all feel, actually. And so that's the purpose of writing that book is, I think we have to focus on families and healing families. I think part of that is part of that story of readopting as a society, taking care of our children differently. That's why I believe we're fatherless as a society. I think we're all without our father in some way. We either lost our father because they've passed on. We had a shitty father, we had no father, or maybe we have a father and we don't have that deep connection or relationship even with them. And I think it all stems from this same common challenge that we have of sort of being disconnected from, the ancient intelligence and understanding that even, I think, original humans probably were more tuned into than we are living in this technology age, which is beautiful. I love technology, but we have to find a balance between it all, I think.
How do
Yeah.
you explain life and the journey of the soul towards like direction of Father? Just maybe if there's not a definition, it's okay. I'm just like, curious on.
No, I think for me, that's just creator. And to me, that's actually not just of masculine energy. I have a belief like in creator being both made of masculine and feminine energy, a very clear balance of that. So when I say we're disconnected from our father, it's actually from creator, which really to me is gender neutral.